Payne.
Liam Payne.
Liam Payne.
Liam Payne has died after falling from the third floor of a hotel balcony in Argentina.
I'm on vacation here in Argentina and I'm shocked. I can't believe what is happening right now.
I always felt like it was a manipulation tactic to keep me, I don't know, it's kind of complicated, but I always felt like it was so that I could continue to feel bad for him.
Liam Payne's recent passing has left fans and the world in shock. Authorities discovered surprising details inside his room, raising many questions about the circumstances surrounding his death. As the news unfolds, new developments continue to emerge, captivating the public's attention. What led to this tragic event? How will this affect his fans and the music industry? Join us as we explore the shocking details of Liam Payne's recent passing, the tragic incident. Liam Payne's tragic death on October 16, 2024 in Buenos Aires, Argentina, has sent shockwaves through fans in the music world. The former One Direction member met his untimely demise after falling from the third floor of the Casa Sur Hotel in the Palermo neighborhood. The fall proved to be fatal. The incident happened in the late afternoon, shortly after hotel staff made a 911 call. They reported a guest behaving aggressively, and it appeared that this person was under the influence of alcohol. This guest was later identified as Liam Payne, who had been staying at the hotel for a few days before the tragic event. The autopsy report, released by the Argentina National Prosecutor's Office, confirmed that Payne's cause of death was polytrauma, with both internal and external bleeding. Polytrauma means suffering multiple traumatic injuries that affect various organs and body systems, and it is often serious enough to result in death. In Payne's case, the injuries he sustained were consistent with a fall from a significant height. Forensic experts identified 25 injuries on his body, including severe injuries to his brain and skull. These cranioencephalic injuries were significant and enough to cause death. Internal and external bleeding occurred in his skull, chest, abdomen, and limbs, which contributed to the fatal outcome. The details of Payne's fall are still under investigation. However, early findings suggest that he was alone when it happened. Investigators noted the absence of defensive injuries on his hands, which is a sign that he did not attempt to protect himself during the fall. This observation has led them to believe that Payne might have been unconscious or in a state of reduced awareness when he fell. This theory is further supported by the position in which his body was found, as it appeared that he did not try to shield himself from the impact, something people typically do when falling. Additionally, substances found in his hotel room suggest that he might have been experiencing a substance episode before the fall. The tragic nature of Payne's death was highlighted by the 911 call made by hotel staff just minutes before the fall. The hotel employee who placed the call expressed concern for the guest's safety, especially since there was a balcony in the room, raising fears about the possibility of a life-threatening incident. Despite a swift response from authorities, they arrived just moments too late to prevent Payne's fatal fall. Payne's death has been classified as doubtful or undetermined by the prosecutor's office. This means that there is no conclusive information about whether the fall was accidental or intentional. The investigation remains ongoing as authorities work to determine whether anyone else was involved in the incident. They are also conducting further tests to determine if alcohol was present in Payne's system at the time of his death. As part of the investigation, witnesses, including hotel staff and two women who were reportedly with Payne earlier in the day, have been interviewed to gather more information. Was there more behind this tragic incident? Could the chaotic state of his hotel room hold the key to understanding what really happened? We'll dive into the unsettling discoveries made inside the room, offering more clues about Liam Payne's final moments. Stay tuned as we explore the chilling scene next. Inside the hotel room. The scene inside Liam Payne's hotel room at the Casa Sur Hotel in Buenos Aires was marked by chaos, reflecting the turmoil during his final hours. Upon entering the room, authorities were confronted with a shocking mess that suggested an outburst had taken place. Items were broken and scattered across the floor, creating a sense of disarray. A television had been smashed, with its cracked screen leaving shattered glass all around. The furniture was overturned, and various objects were thrown about, pointing to either a struggle or a fit of rage. Signs of substance were clear amid the wreckage. Police discovered several items indicating substance and alcohol use. White powder, suspected to be an illicit substance, was found on tables accompanied by foil and scorch marks that are commonly associated with its use. In addition to these, a half-empty bottle of whiskey was found, suggesting that alcohol had also been consumed in large quantities. The presence of these substances offered a glimpse into Payne's deteriorating physical and mental condition as the hours passed. The disorder didn't end in the living area. The bathroom was also in shambles. A broken soap bar and more scattered foil pieces were found, further reinforcing the impression that the entire room had been disrupted. These small details, although minor on their own, came together to form a broader image of a man in distress. The overturned furniture and broken items all pointed to a desperate and troubled state of mind. Payne seemed to have been caught in a downward spiral of substance and emotional agitation in the hours leading up to the tragic incident. Hotel staff had been aware of Payne's erratic behavior before the fatal incident and had alerted the authorities. They reported that he had been trashing the room and that they were concerned for his safety. Their concerns turned out to be valid. The 911 call made by the staff shortly before Payne's fall underscored their growing alarm. In the call, they mentioned that he appeared to be under the influence of alcohol and was acting aggressively. This report, combined with the chaotic state of the room, provided a grim context for the tragedy that followed. The staff's observations gave authorities a clearer idea of Payne's condition leading up to the fatal moment. The presence of prescription substances added another troubling element to the situation. Investigators found clonazepam, a medication commonly used to treat anxiety and panic disorders, in the room. This discovery suggested that Payne may have been trying to cope with underlying mental health struggles. The combination of alcohol, suspected narcotics, and prescription medication painted a picture of someone trying to self-medicate or manage emotional pain. Unfortunately, the dangerous mix of these substances could have clouded his judgment, driving him further into a state of instability. This cocktail of substances, combined with his emotional turmoil, may have led him to make a decision that ultimately cost him his life. The investigation into Liam Payne's death has focused heavily on the contents of his hotel room. Forensic experts have been examining the substance found to determine exactly what he had taken and how it may have affected his behavior. The physical destruction in the room has become a key part of the investigation as it sheds light on the events leading up to his fall. With the chaos in Liam Payne's hotel room offering troubling clues about his final hours, many are left questioning what drove him to such a state. Could the unresolved issues with his ex-fiancée Maya Henry have contributed to his downward spiral? How deep did their controversy go? Discover the unsettling details next. Controversy involving his ex-fiancée. The controversy involving Liam Payne and his ex-fiancée Maya Henry became a significant topic just weeks before his death. Payne, a former member of One Direction, had already been facing criticism from fans online, especially after attending Niall Horan's concert in Buenos Aires on October 2nd. Some fans accused Payne of seeking attention, especially after he posted on Snapchat announcing that he was attending the show and needed to square up with Horan. This caused a stir online, with many questioning his motives. At the concert, Payne was seen eagerly engaging with fans, taking photos with them outside his suite, and continuing to interact with fans after the show. Following the concert, he shared a picture of himself with Horan, expressing pride for his former bandmate. However, this didn't calm the controversy as clips of his past interviews and social media interactions resurfaced, further fueling criticism. Among the resurfaced content were Payne's comments from a previous interview with Logan Paul, which gained attention on platforms like TikTok and X. Payne's online behavior, combined with some comments he made, were ridiculed, and fans continued to judge him harshly. Moreover, his relationship with his current girlfriend, Cassidy, had drawn negative attention after a TikTok she posted in August. In the video, Payne jokingly commented that she looked nice and covered up for once.
And then I'm wearing this little Chanel bag, these Dior heels.
You look good. Nice and covered up for once.
Fans saw this as controlling behavior, adding to the growing discontent directed at Payne. The situation escalated on October 14th when his ex-fiancée, Maya Henry, made some serious allegations during an appearance on the podcast, The Internet is Dead. Henry, who had been engaged to Payne from 2020 to 2022, described their relationship as toxic and shared distressing details about Payne's behavior. One of the most troubling aspects of the interview was her claim that Payne had threatened to take his own life as a form of manipulation. According to Henry, Payne used these threats to control the situation, which she and her family found deeply concerning. She explained that they had tried to encourage him to seek help by entering a rehab facility, but Payne ignored their offers. Additionally, she mentioned that she had to send Payne a cease and desist letter because he allegedly continued to contact her through her iCloud accounts despite their separation. Another layer to the controversy involved Henry's debut novel, Looking Forward, released in May. She claimed that Payne's family had warned her against publishing the book, hinting at potential fallout. The novel, which was said to be inspired by true events, raised suspicions among fans that it was based on her relationship with Payne. In the story, the main character, Mallory, goes through traumatic experiences with a famous man, which led many to draw parallels to Henry's own life. One of the most harrowing parts of the book involves Mallory being coerced by her partner into undergoing a painful at-home abortion. Afterward, Mallory suffers from severe hemorrhaging, but is discouraged by her partner's team from seeking medical treatment for fear of attracting public attention. As the discussion about his relationships and mental health played out online, Payne found himself increasingly in the public eye for reasons beyond his music, leading to a growing concern for his well-being. Could Payne's controversial relationships have played a role in his final days? Or was it something more? Now we explore how his fans reacted to the heartbreaking news and the impact his passing had on those who loved him. Fans' reaction. When the news broke that Payne had died, it didn't make sense to many of his fans, especially because just hours earlier, his social media feed had shown videos of him looking upbeat and calm. These videos, shared the day he died, were later found to have been recorded 4 days earlier. The sudden contrast between his social media presence and the tragic news of his death left many in disbelief, and fans refused to believe he was really gone. It seemed unimaginable that the person who had appeared so at ease and content online could have been struggling so much in private. The shock surrounding his death also led to a flood of rumors and baseless conspiracy theories. Some speculated that his death was somehow linked to the criminal case against Sean "Diddy" Combs, a theory that had no factual support. In the chaotic aftermath, online trolls took to the internet, leaving mocking and inappropriate reviews for the hotel where Payne had died. Sadly, even Henry, a close person in Payne's life, became a target of discussion, with some people flooding her Instagram with cruel comments following his death. Despite this ugliness, many fans responded with heartfelt grief and mourning. For them, the loss of Payne was not only shocking, but deeply painful. Locally, the hotel where Payne had died quickly became a makeshift memorial. Fans gathered to leave flowers, candles, and personal tributes to honor his memory. Many people came together to sing his songs, paying tribute to an artist who had touched their lives deeply. One fan who spoke to the Associated Press shared how deeply Payne and One Direction had impacted her life, saying, "I've always loved One Direction since I was little." She expressed her disbelief at the loss and the realization that there would never be another reunion of the band. The thought of never seeing them together again added another layer of sadness to the news of his passing. Another fan, interviewed by CNN, recounted her own connection to Payne. She had missed the chance to see him and the band during their tour stop in Argentina. Visiting the memorial site, she said, was her way of finally showing her support. "The only time I was able to clap for him," she said, reflecting on the bittersweet moment of honoring someone who had passed. The outpouring of grief from fans across the world highlighted how much Payne had meant to people. While many struggled with the circumstances of his death and the gap between the image he had projected and the pain he may have felt, their tributes were a reminder of the joy and comfort his music had brought to so many. How could such an uplifting public image hide so much pain? And could this tragic end be linked to deeper, more unsettling moments in Payne's life? Next, we'll dive into his curious connection with Diddy and Salma Hayek, exploring a resurfaced clip that has sparked new speculation about Payne's struggles. Liam's connection to Diddy and Salma Hayek. Liam Payne's connection to Diddy and Salma Hayek, which gained renewed attention through a viral clip from The Graham Norton Show, has stirred significant interest and speculation. The clip, which resurfaced after Payne's tragic passing, features a particularly awkward moment between Payne and Diddy, with Salma Hayek's reaction adding further intrigue. The incident occurred during a 2017 episode of the show, where Payne shared a strange and uncomfortable story about meeting Diddy at a party. According to Payne, he approached Diddy to introduce himself, but instead of a typical greeting, he was met with a prolonged, awkward handshake. Diddy added to the discomfort by giving a sinister laugh, which only made Payne more uneasy. While Payne was clearly uncomfortable recounting the story, the audience reacted with laughter, creating a contrast between the tension in his story and the amusement in the room. Salma Hayek, who was also present on the show, visibly cringed during Payne's retelling of the incident. Her reaction didn't go unnoticed by viewers, sparking speculation about the reasons behind her discomfort. Some fans believed that Hayek's unease might have stemmed from her awareness of Diddy's reputation and the controversies that had surrounded him at the time. Diddy, even in 2017, was a figure under public scrutiny, and his legal troubles have since escalated. This has only added more layers to the resurfaced clip and the discussion surrounding it. The viral clip has once again brought to light allegations of misconduct against Diddy, reigniting debates about his behavior and the broader implications of power dynamics within the entertainment industry. Speculation among the public has been rampant, with many drawing potential connections between the viral clip and Diddy's ongoing legal issues. Over the years, Diddy has faced various allegations, making him a controversial figure. Payne's recounting of their encounter has led to widespread theories about what might have been going on behind the scenes and whether the incident had any lasting impact on him. Some fans have even gone as far as to suggest that Payne's death might be linked to his interaction with Diddy, though no concrete evidence supports such claims. Still, the timing of the clip's resurfacing and Diddy's continuing legal battles have fueled these speculations, keeping the story alive in the public eye. Since Payne's death, the clip has taken on even more emotional weight, serving as a poignant reminder of the difficulties he endured throughout his career. The resurfaced clip, now circulating widely on social media, has become more than just an awkward moment on a talk show. It has morphed into a focal point for discussions about Payne's struggles in the spotlight and the challenges that come with living a public life. The theories linking Payne's death to his past experiences with Diddy continue to swirl, reflecting the enduring impact that this story has on fans and the general public.
The people that are in the position to actually know the people's names on the list, those people are probably in trouble.
So I went to one of these parties and man, P. Diddy was like, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go f Meek Mill in the butt.
Homes in LA and Miami raided by federal agents. You know, oh, Jennifer Lopez is gonna be there. Everyone's gonna be there. That would be a cool place. I wanna meet those people.
Joe Rogan reveals arrest warrants for Hollywood elites involved with Diddy. New details have emerged from Joe Rogan's podcast, where he called for Diddy to reveal the Hollywood elites involved in illegal activities with him. Could this be the beginning of a massive scandal in Hollywood? Did these elites play a bigger role than we know? Joe Rogan reveals Diddy will expose Hollywood elites. In a recent episode of Joe Rogan's podcast, Israel Adesanya discussed shocking connections between Sean Diddy Combs and the infamous Jeffrey Epstein. The discussion began with Adesanya comparing the two cases, noting how Epstein's arrest revealed a network of powerful people involved in terrible crimes, but most of the
this Epstein guy just sold kids or whatever, trafficked them to these rich oligarchs and whatnot. And I was like, what happened to them? What happens to those people?
of them were never held accountable. He and Rogan expressed their frustration over how, despite having clear evidence like flight logs, no real action has been taken to prosecute these elites. As the conversation continued, Rogan speculated that Diddy might soon reveal the names of Hollywood elites who attended his parties and were involved in illegal activities. With serious allegations surrounding Diddy, Rogan believes the rapper may choose to cooperate and expose others rather than face the consequences alone. He pointed out that while Epstein took his secrets to the grave, Diddy might sing and bring the dark side of Hollywood into the spotlight, revealing the people behind these crimes.
People that are in the position to actually know the people's names on the list, those people are probably in trouble.
Rogan sees this as a potential turning point, where the long-hidden truths of Hollywood's dark underbelly may finally come to light. This isn't the first time Joe Rogan has discussed the involvement of Hollywood elites in Diddy's illegal activities. A few months ago, during an episode with comedian Andrew Schultz, it was mentioned how these elites were panicking as the FBI raided Diddy's house, worried that their names might soon come to light. Shockingly, this conversation took place months before Diddy's arrest, and the two speculated whether the raids on his properties were orchestrated by powerful elites trying to protect themselves. Rogan and Schultz pondered whether the authorities were sent to look for evidence to tie these influential figures to Diddy and destroy it before it could be uncovered. Schultz mentioned how some people believed the raids weren't really about Diddy, but more about protecting the secrets of these high-profile individuals. Rogan then brought up rumors about certain public figures like Prince Harry, allegedly connected to Diddy, further highlighting how widespread Diddy's influence and connections were. While this discussion revealed suspicions that some elites might be trying to cover their tracks before any damaging evidence comes to light, what about the person who helped Diddy start his career? Many believe this individual may have influenced Diddy's actions. Who is this person, and what was his response to Diddy's arrest? Let's discover it. Clive Davis and Diddy's complex mentor-student relationship. Clive J. Davis is a big name in the music industry. He is a record producer and executive and lawyer who has been influential in shaping the careers of some of the biggest stars in the world. Over his long career, Davis has won 5 Grammy Awards and was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2000 as a non-performer. One of the most prominent figures Davis supported is Diddy. Diddy, who exploded onto the music scene in the 90s, had Clive Davis by his side as he built his empire. Davis played a crucial role in helping Diddy establish Bad Boy Records and become one of the most successful music moguls of his time. Diddy has often expressed gratitude for Davis, saying he was among the first industry executives to believe in him. Their relationship was close, and over the years, they were seen together at numerous events, celebrating the heights of each other's careers. In 2020, Diddy was even honored with the Industry Icons Award at Clive Davis's annual pre-Grammy Gala, a prestigious event in the entertainment world. Diddy was grateful to Davis for helping him early in his career and for the recognition. However, their relationship has not changed since Diddy's recent legal troubles. Media personality Jaguar Wright has made strong allegations against Diddy and Clive Davis. Wright claims that Davis played a major role in shaping Diddy's career, but not just in positive ways. She suggested that Davis guided Diddy toward criminal activities, and that Diddy was designed to become who he is today under Davis's mentorship. According to Wright, to fully resolve Diddy's ongoing scandal, people must investigate all those involved, not just Diddy himself. She believes that the root causes of his behavior can be traced back to figures like Davis. Jaguar Wright isn't the only one to make such claims. Suge Knight, the former record executive now serving time in prison, has also accused Clive Davis, along with other industry figures like Andre Harrell, of having a negative influence on Diddy. According to Knight, these men did some inappropriate things with Diddy early in his career, which eventually led him to prey on others.
He's in danger. He know too much. One thing you gotta realize is he probably having a conversation right now.
Despite their long-standing friendship and collaboration, Davis has distanced himself from Diddy following the rapper's recent arrest. When fans asked about his reaction to Diddy's legal troubles, Davis claimed he did not know who Diddy was. This sudden denial shocked many, considering how publicly close they had been for years. Davis refused to answer any questions related to Diddy. Did you know that one of Diddy's friends defended him in this situation and enjoys partying just like Diddy? Let's discuss who this person is and why he defends Diddy despite facing backlash. Jermaine Dupri and Diddy's legendary friendship. Jermaine Dupri is one of the most famous figures in the music industry. He is known for his roles as a rapper and a music executive. In 1993, he made a big mark on hip-hop by founding the highly successful record label So Def. Dupri also shares a long-standing friendship with Diddy. Their friendship dates back decades, as they dominated the charts in the 90s and early 2000s. Their similar success and influence in the industry meant that their paths crossed often, and their friendship grew. It wasn't just about the music. The two were usually seen partying together, especially during the height of their careers. When Diddy's house was being raided this year, Jermaine came to his friend's defense, which the fans considered odd. He called the raid unnecessary and suggested it was blown out of proportion. He didn't think there was any real cause for concern.
Yeah, I was surprised about the raid, but I mean, I think that it's a foolish act that nothing happened, so it's like, why? I don't even understand all the commotion.
And he pointed out that famous people like Diddy, with a lot of power and money, often get sued or investigated. Jermaine seemed confident that nothing serious would come of it, likening Diddy's situation to other wealthy people who face legal issues. Recently, the public criticized Jermaine and Bow Wow when Bow Wow shared that he and Jermaine missed Diddy's parties. Many online trolls mocked them. Bow Wow talked about how Diddy's parties were legendary, and their absence left a void in the hip-hop scene, especially during major events like BET Award Weekend. Rumors are spreading about this next elite. Fans believe he engaged in unethical activities that may have been recorded at Diddy's parties. Who is this person, and why is he facing legal troubles alongside Diddy? Let's uncover the truth. Dr. Dre and Diddy's complicated friendship. Dr. Dre, an iconic American rapper and producer, has significantly impacted the music industry. He is the founder and CEO of Aftermath Entertainment and Beats Electronics and a co-founder of Death Row Records. He has shared a long history with Diddy. They became close friends and collaborated on various projects, building a strong bond. However, in 2014, their friendship faced a challenge. An incident occurred when actor Tyrese Gibson posted a drunken video on Facebook, revealing that Apple was about to buy Dr. Dre's Beats brand for $3.2 billion. Diddy was watching and alerted Beats co-founder Jimmy Iovine about the video. As a result, the deal was renegotiated to $3 billion, causing Dre to lose $200 million. This incident led to a brief estrangement between the two music moguls. Despite the setback, their friendship endured. In 2022, Diddy shared photos of himself and Dr. Dre working together in a recording studio on Instagram. The images showed the two artists enjoying each other's company, with Diddy leaning in to speak to Dre and listening intently as they collaborated on new music. Other notable figures like Kanye West and Snoop Dogg were also present during their studio sessions. Dre has often been a guest at Diddy's parties over the years. The two celebrated together during significant events, including Diddy's 50th birthday party and the final night of the Bad Boys reunion tour in 2016. An old interview featuring Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre has recently resurfaced and gone viral. In the interview, Dre was asked about an explicit tape he made at his house, including Snoop Dogg. Dre explained that the tape was for his collection, but had been stolen. According to him, it had many inappropriate moments. The resurfacing of this interview has sparked interest among fans, especially in light of recent controversies surrounding Diddy. Adding to the drama, Suge Knight made allegations against Diddy, Dr. Dre, and Snoop Dogg during a podcast episode. He suggested that the artists were part of a secret society and questioned their relationships with Diddy. He referred to moments when Dre publicly admired Diddy, implying their friendship was suspicious. Meanwhile, Dr. Dre has decided not to say anything about his friend's arrest as he is currently facing legal issues. Dre's former psychotherapist has filed a lawsuit against him for $10 million, claiming that Dre subjected him to unethical activities. The lawsuit alleges that Dre sent late-night texts and used threatening language. Many people close to Diddy believe that Dre and another big name in Hollywood are the reasons behind Diddy's inappropriate behavior. Why is this person being blamed for having a bad influence on those around him? Let's see what the truth is. Russell Simmons' bad influence on Diddy. Russell Simmons is a well-known figure in the music and fashion industries. He co-founded Def Jam Recordings, a label that launched some of the biggest hip-hop artists. In addition to his music ventures, Simmons is recognized for creating fashion lines like Fat Farm, Argyle Culture, and Tantris. Simmons and Diddy have a long-standing friendship, and Diddy considers Simmons his mentor. They are often seen together at exclusive parties, and one memorable moment happened in July 2000 when both were photographed at a party with Jennifer Lopez and others. In May 2024, Russell Simmons supported Diddy when the FBI raided his house. While many condemned Diddy for his actions, Simmons stepped in to defend his friend. Through a live Instagram video, Simmons expressed concern over how people quickly bring others down. He felt that it was wrong to celebrate someone's downfall, especially when that person had helped many people in their careers. However, while defending Diddy, Russell Simmons faced legal issues. Since 2017, multiple women have accused Simmons of inappropriate misconduct, and although he denied these claims, the accusations damaged his public image. By 2024, Simmons was living in Bali, Indonesia, which doesn't have an extradition treaty with the US, possibly to avoid legal consequences. Despite this, Simmons received a court summons from the US while in Bali. He was being sued for defamation by Drew Dixon, one of the women who accused him of something horrible. The timing of this was notable, as it happened while Diddy was also facing serious allegations. Many in the hip-hop community believe that Simmons' influence on Diddy was not entirely positive. According to Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, Russell Simmons, and other industry figures like Andre Harrell and Clive Davis shaped Diddy's behavior. Deal suggested that being around these figures, who were involved in questionable activities like substance use and mistreatment of women, might have led Diddy to believe he could get away with similar actions. Deal also claimed that he witnessed changes in Diddy's behavior while he was around Simmons. This has led to speculation that Simmons may have negatively influenced Diddy, contributing to the rapper's problematic actions. Do you know that a person in Hollywood is blamed for being a human shield for Diddy? Fans believe she helped Diddy establish his name in the fashion industry and gain people's trust. Who is she? And what is her response to her friend's arrest? Let's discover. Anna Wintour was a human shield for Diddy. Over the years, Diddy has leaned on his relationship with Anna Wintour to strengthen his position in the fashion industry. Since meeting her, Diddy has deeply admired Wintour, calling her a guiding figure in his fashion journey. Wintour's support helped open doors for Diddy that may have been difficult to access otherwise. She featured him in Vogue, greatly boosting his credibility as a designer. Even before that, in 1999, Diddy appeared in the magazine. And later, in 2010, Wintour and Andre Leon Talley contributed to his album Last Train to Paris. Their voices appeared in the album, adding a layer of glamour from the fashion world to his music. While there's no suggestion that Wintour was involved in the recent accusations against Diddy, critics have pointed out her role in elevating him in the fashion world. With the serious accusations against Diddy becoming public, there has been pressure on Anna Wintour to address her connection to him. She has so far remained silent, even as Diddy's case became a hot topic during Paris Fashion Week. Reportedly, Wintour has declined to engage in any conversation about him and is upset about being dragged into another controversy. People who know her say she has distanced herself from the situation and does not want to be linked to Diddy's current troubles. Well, the question arises, who is Diddy's best friend? This next Hollywood elite is known to stand by Diddy in every problem and has attended most of his parties. Let's uncover his identity. Jay-Z and Diddy's long-standing friendship. Jay-Z is an American rapper and entrepreneur who served as the president and CEO of Def Jam Recordings from 2004 to 2007. In 2008, he founded Roc Nation, an entertainment company that manages artists, athletes, and various media ventures. Diddy and Jay-Z have shared a long and solid friendship that dates back to the early 1990s. Both rose from the New York City rap scene and connected through their shared ambition and love for music. Their friendship wasn't just personal, but also professional. In 1997, Jay-Z and Diddy collaborated on a track for Diddy's debut album, No Way Out, and Jay-Z later contributed to Diddy's second album as well. At the time, both were dealing with controversies. Jay-Z was facing legal issues related to an altercation, while Diddy was involved in a nightclub incident that gained a lot of media attention. Despite these challenges, they avoided jail time and continued supporting each other. As their careers grew, so did their friendship. They remained close even as they reached new heights in the music and business. They used to show up for each other, such as when they supported DJ Khaled during his Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony in 2022. However, with the recent allegations surrounding Diddy, Jay-Z has stayed silent, not commenting on the situation publicly. Recently, Diddy's emotional reaction to receiving a life sentence has been caught on camera, leaving fans and followers stunned. The footage reveals his raw emotions and reflects on the complexities of his journey. How does one process such a life-altering moment? What does this mean for his legacy and impact on the music industry? In recent news, the legal case against Sean Diddy Combs has taken a significant turn. On October 10th, 2024, a federal judge in New York set May 5th, 2025 as the date for his trial. This marks a key moment in what has become a widely discussed case involving the music mogul. Diddy, who has been in custody since his arrest, is facing serious charges that include trafficking, misconduct, and transporting. The decision to set the trial date follows a series of pre-trial hearings in which Diddy appeared in court to respond to these grave accusations. The allegations against Diddy are both extensive and troubling. The indictment, which was made public in September 2024, details a disturbing pattern of behavior over the years. According to these legal documents, Diddy is accused of leading a criminal enterprise that misconducted women to satisfy his desires. Some of these acts took place during events Diddy reportedly called freak-offs, which involved multiple participants who were allegedly pressured or forced into these misconduct performances. The misconduct charges describe how Diddy allegedly used his power and wealth to maintain control over his victims and others involved. The indictment claims that he had a group of people who helped him recruit and manipulate women, ensuring their silence through warnings and intimidation. This network allegedly facilitated the transportation of women across state lines to participate in misconduct, adding more serious legal charges already facing him. The claims suggest that Diddy's actions were part of an organized system aimed at exploiting these women for his benefit. In the court hearings leading up to the trial, Diddy's lawyers have been actively trying to undermine the prosecution's case. They have filed numerous legal motions, including requests for bail, all of which have been denied due to concerns that Diddy could tamper with witnesses or flee the country. Diddy's legal team has also accused the government of leaking sensitive details about the case to the media, arguing that these leaks have made it impossible for Diddy to receive a fair trial. One piece of key evidence is a surveillance video from a Los Angeles hotel in 2016, which allegedly shows Diddy in a physical altercation with a woman. This video, which surfaced in May 2024, has become a critical part of the case, and Diddy's defense argues that its leak was intended to damage his reputation before the trial. As the trial date nears, the legal battle is expected to become even more intense. Prosecutors are preparing to present a detailed case that includes testimonies from alleged victims and witnesses, as well as a significant amount of documentary evidence. On the other hand, Diddy's defense team is gearing up to challenge the credibility of these witnesses and question the reliability of the evidence presented. Throughout the entire ordeal, Diddy has consistently maintained his innocence and could face a long prison sentence if convicted on all charges. With Diddy's trial date now set and the legal proceedings gaining momentum, what kind of punishment could he face if found guilty on all counts? Could this be the moment that marks the end of his career and freedom? Let's dive into the potential sentence and its consequences next. Sean Diddy Combs, if he is found guilty on all counts, Diddy could spend the rest of his life in prison. The charges carry a minimum sentence of 15 years, and the possibility of life imprisonment reflects the gravity of the alleged crimes. Federal law, especially in cases involving exploitation and misconduct, imposes harsh penalties, and this is the situation Diddy now finds himself in. The accusations against Diddy are very serious and cover multiple crimes, each adding more pressure to his legal battle. These claims are not taken lightly by the prosecution, who believe that Diddy orchestrated these activities with the help of his associates. The misconduct charges make the situation even worse, as they imply that Diddy was part of a criminal organization designed to carry out and hide these illegal actions. When combined, these charges portray a complex and well-organized operation, increasing the likelihood that Diddy could face a long sentence if convicted. Legal experts have looked closely at this case, and many believe the charges could result in a conviction. Federal prosecutors tend to have a strong track record in securing guilty verdicts in cases like this. The prosecution is expected to present strong evidence, including testimonies from the alleged victims, surveillance footage, and electronic records, all of which could be difficult for Diddy to counter. The strength of the evidence suggests that a conviction is a real possibility. Given the seriousness of the allegations, the legal system requires a minimum of 15 years in prison for crimes like trafficking. Though it is possible Diddy could face much more time behind bars, legal analysts have explained that while life sentences are usually given for the most extreme crimes, the nature of these allegations, especially the claims of manipulation and misconduct, make such a punishment seem justified. Prosecutors are likely to focus on showing how Diddy's actions were not just isolated incidents, but part of a systematic and abusive scheme. If they can prove this in court, it is likely that Diddy will be sentenced to life in prison, reflecting the full extent of his alleged wrongdoing. Beyond the prison sentence, a conviction would have far-reaching consequences. For Diddy, it would almost certainly mean the end of his career and his public influence. He has built an empire in the music world, but these charges could bring it all crashing down. Moreover, this case would send a powerful message to others in the entertainment industry. It would show that engaging in such conduct has serious consequences, and that the legal system is prepared to take strong action against those who exploit others. Could these charges really mark the end of Diddy's empire, or is there still hope for his legal team to turn things around? And what strategies will his defense use to combat the mountain of evidence against him? Stay with us as we dive into the tactics his lawyers are preparing in this intense legal battle. In the legal battle involving Sean Diddy Combs, his defense team has been very vocal in their efforts to counter the serious charges against him. Diddy's lawyers have repeatedly accused the government of leaking sensitive information to the media, which they argue has harmed his reputation and made it harder for him to get a fair trial. Recently, Diddy's legal team asked for an evidentiary hearing to investigate these leaks, claiming the government has been releasing confidential grand jury material and other evidence to make it harder for Diddy to defend himself. One of the key pieces of evidence is a surveillance video from 2016 showing Diddy allegedly misconducting his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura. This video, which came to light in May 2024, has been a significant part of the defense's argument, as they believe it was leaked to the media to damage Diddy's reputation before his trial. Diddy's lawyers, Mark Agnifilo and Tenny Garagos, have strongly voiced their concerns about what they see as a smear campaign by the government. They argue that these leaks have led to damaging pre-trial publicity, which could make it impossible for Diddy to have a fair trial. In their court filings, they asked the judge to stop federal employees from sharing any more evidence with the media and to suppress any evidence that has already been leaked by government employees. This move shows how Diddy's defense is trying to shift the focus and question the integrity of the prosecution's case. Publicly, Diddy's legal team has remained confident, always asserting his innocence and outlining their strategy to fight the charges. In their statements, they emphasized that Diddy is being unfairly targeted and that the accusations against him are false and defamatory. They have pointed out weaknesses in the government's case and said they will challenge the credibility of the witnesses and the validity of the evidence presented. In a court filing, his lawyer stated, "Mr. Combs is presumed innocent. He traveled to New York to surrender because he knew he was going to be indicted. He took extraordinary steps to demonstrate that he intended to face and contest the charges, not flee." The defense also pointed to Diddy's cooperation impatient with the legal process as proof of his innocence. They argue that the government's portrayal of him as a flight risk and a warning to witnesses is not based on facts, but is part of a larger effort to paint him in a negative light in the eyes of the public. In a public statement, Agnifilo said they are confident they can clear Diddy's name. We are confident that when all the evidence is presented, Mr. Combs will be exonerated. The truth will come out, and we will fight vigorously to ensure that justice is served.